defy anybody to tell me what women will do next. Why, this very moment, they're shooting off rocks, pleading lawsuits, putting out novels, directing traffic, and exploring jungles. Why, when I was a girl, for the good old days when women were weak, timid creatures, pale, petticoated primroses who didn't stir without their smelling salts and couldn't even find their way home without a strong male arm to lean on. Ah, for the days when Mother was a girl. That's the way it was then, wasn't it? Well, wasn't it? No, it wasn't. Even then, women were busily making the headlines, demanding the vote, working for equal rights, pushing the boundaries of the world apart. Take, for example, one particular group of women, a band of khaki-clad idealists who wanted young girls to get more out of life than tea and lady fingers. They believed that young girls should be allowed to expand their horizons and do real things, daring things, such as exploring, flying in newfangled airplanes, and living in the out-of-doors. They didn't neglect the feminine side either. They believed that young girls should learn to be real women who could cook and clean and sew, didn't get the vapors when the cat died. They had a name, these pioneers in khaki. They called themselves Girl Scouts. Their founder was a remarkable woman, Juliette Low, who had worked with Lord Baden-Powell in England and made up her mind to bring scouting home to American girls. So she came back in 1912 and started the first Girl Scout troop. And by 1918, she had, well, let me show you something. An impressive bit of pioneering in its own right. You're going to see one of the first public service movies ever made, filmed when Hollywood was still turning out Nickelodeon thrillers, and designed to show the world just what Girl Scouting was all about. Its producer, Mrs. Low herself. And since we're going back into the past, could we conjure up a bit of the music of the period? Thank you. Central Valley was the site of one of the first Girl Scout camps. Of course, there wasn't much in the way of hometown attractions in those days. This was before television, remember. And if you went to the movies, you had to wait until next week to see how Pearl White got off the cliff. That's Margaret on the left. Isn't that half something? Of course, we never hear that from teenagers nowadays. They've got something to do. And off they go to join the parade up Main Street. right. Here are the soda parlor strollers learning to march. But they'll get the hang of it. The right words are in that Girl Scout handbook if she can just find them. Ah, there they are. Well, maybe we better try again. Left foot first, Margaret. All is peace and quiet in Central Valley, New York. But who's that with the bugle? Yes, it's our heroine, Margaret, now neatly ponytailed. And here come the other campers, bright-eyed and eager to start the new day. Must be the fresh air. Remember, this was when the rest of the female world was wearing long skirts and dusters. And well, anyway, doing calisthenics was very emancipating. So was a hearty appetite. There's Margaret outside airing the blanket. Solemn moment. Margaret must be in there somewhere. She's hard to spot in a bathing cap. Here's our heroine in full uniform. Please note the bloomers. Also very emancipated. Light-footing it along the highway comes tireless 10-8. No competition from gas buggies to worry about either. Oh, they were invented all right, but there weren't many of them around in 1918. Or maybe it was just too early in the morning. things never change. Hungry again, girl? A real adventure. That's what those hats were for. And on our shore, and there, and here, uh-oh. Trouble afoot at Huntsville Station. But our Girl Scout is equal to it. I hope the station master is. am just a Girl Scout. Modest words for such heroic exploits. But there was something in her smile when she said that. Did you see it? Something so earnest and eager and full of high purpose. Yes, she was a woman of destiny, our heroine, with her Morse code and her calisthenics. A darer and a doer, a blazer of new trails, an explorer, in short, a scout. And it was her special destiny to forge ahead of her timider sisters into that splendid new world that was just beyond the horizon, where there was no end to what a real woman could do or be. She was just a Girl Scout. But to be a Girl Scout was really something. But wait, there's more to come. We haven't seen the last of Margaret yet, not by a long shot. In 1918, you will remember this country was at war. Did the Girl Scouts rise to the occasion? Yes, indeed. Did they knit, roll bandages, sell war bonds? Yes, and again, yes. Did they think up newer and more ingenious ways of helping their country? Well, let's see. There's the Goldenrod Patrol. And there's Margaret. She's a patrol leader now. Helping out on the home front. Sounds like an intriguing idea. Follow me, girls. Well, it looks as if this family really does need help. Just look at that garden. And don't forget Junior up there on the porch. Who's that under the covers? Must be Mrs. Williams' oldest daughter. Take heart, my dear. That's what the Girl Scouts are here for. Mrs. Williams was never a Girl Scout. Look at those dirty dishes. This was in the days of the coal stove, you recall, when lighting a fire was a real challenge. They learned to square those corners up at Central Valley Camp, remember? Dorothy, still at the dishes. Now, here's a nice little man, but he does look a little grimy around the edges. see, this all took place in 1918. That means this baby must be pushing into middle years today. I wonder if he remembers the days when he was a bathing beauty for the Girl Scouts. What do they want from a guy anyway? What's so great about being clean? And what a difference. Even our invalid seems considerably more cheerful. Looks like another recruit for the goldenrod. His mother, one of the country's first wartime working girls. You can see that Mother is impressed. And look who's here. Goodbye, little General. And with that, as farewell, Margaret and the Goldenrod Patrol fade back into time and are gone. But not really. What these girls started in 1912, millions of girls are carrying through, literally. Millions blossomed out from the goldenrods and those first eager dreamers in their khaki hats and bloomers. Oh, the uniform has changed some, and the times have changed, and the challenges they have to face have changed some too. But the vision that started it all, the thing that put that look in their eyes, That has never changed a bit. Today, there are Girl Scouts all over the world, going everywhere, doing everything, pushing back the edges of the earth. They're flying and sailing, digging under the earth and counting the stars. Where will they go next? What will they try? What impossible things will they accomplish? I don't know, Mrs. Low. Maybe you do.